Welcome back. Got a bit of a strange video for you today. I haven't really uploaded anything to the channel for a while, and that's just because I've been having a bit of a break. But also, it occurred to me the other day that I've actually been uploading videos to this channel for over 5 years now, and I just wanted to reflect on what kind of things I've been doing in the past, what kind of worked well, what kind of things I enjoyed, and then really think about what's going to happen in the future and what type of videos I'm going to be doing moving forwards. So I'm going to take a look through some of the old videos on the channel pages, and I'll take you right back to the start here. So these were the first few videos that I ever uploaded about 5 years ago, and you can see the first one was this one about creating toast notifications, which was actually just using a jQuery plugin. It's still quite popular today, get the odd view on it and a few comments as well, and obviously thumbnails are looking brilliant there with pictures of toast. And then I've got these other few videos here where there were kind of stuff to do with basic JavaScript and jQuery, which is obviously a bit more popular at the time. And funnily enough, these videos, although they look pretty bad from the thumbnail and the production, I was actually in a little cupboard room in the office in our loft that we've got. And they don't look great, but they're actually some pretty valuable videos on the channel because they actually have quite high engagement and stuff. So I'm not really sure what was good about those videos, but people seem to like them. And similarly, I did a Google Developer Scholarship program as well, which I did a little mini series on, and that was quite popular all those years ago. I think from there that really sparked me off on actually creating more tutorial videos. And from there, they were kind of like a bit of a mix of JavaScript and again some jQuery and PHP stuff, which is kind of the thing that I was doing at the time for work and in projects at home. And I did a few popular videos as well on Postman as well. So some of these are some of the most popular videos that are on the channel with over 100k views. So that's quite nice. But there was also some projects that I was trying to kind of incorporate into the videos that I was producing at the time as well. So things like this iTunes player app that we created on the front end and the expanding panels, which for some reason they never really seemed to take off. So I kind of think in looking back on those sort of types of projects, no one really had much of an interest in them, but later on you'll see that we did try and kind of do more project-based stuff on the channel as well. But then I did a kind of series, these kind of like thumbnails here with yellow, I called them JavaScript snippets, and I really enjoyed doing these, and I think they've been really helpful to lots of people. They've not been the most popular, but they certainly did get a fair few views and lots of comments saying thank you, but it was just how to do some basic stuff in JavaScript, like finding the length of a string, which you could probably Google quite easily, but hopefully a little bit of an explanation as well. It just gave a bit more depth as to using the JavaScript language and teaching you a little bit more about it as well. So there was the JavaScript snippets that we did, and then this was really the start of something which was very popular on the channel, which was doing the JavaScript practice exercises. This is probably the video that's got one of the highest view counts on the channel, and it's something that's still popular today. So if you haven't seen those before on the channel, basically they're some example exercises that I'll give you and then ask you to pause the video so that you can have a go at solving the challenge yourself, but then I'll give you a solution at the end as well, just my take on how you could do it. And if you look back at some of those, I didn't get them always 100% right, which you'll see in the comments as well. So at this point, it's probably worth just saying that the channel was actually called something different. I called the channel Junior Developer Central because I always had this idea in mind that it would be something that would help people get into their first junior position as a developer, of course. And so there was lots of thought and emphasis on maybe how you could kind of approach going for jobs, learning JavaScript, writing CVs, what skills you might need as well. And so if we look at a little bit further up in some of these later videos up here, you'll see that we did a whole series on how to learn JavaScript, so just the essentials of JavaScript, and then following that up with Node as well. So you've got that kind of full stack experience. And then a bit later on, we should find this kind of changed into these series of tutorials of like how to do stuff in JavaScript. And again, it was all aimed at someone who might be a junior developer or trying to become a junior developer, and all the kind of little skills and things that they might need to know to actually get employed, basically. So then we sort of went back to some kind of project-based stuff intermingled with this as well. So we've got like a full stack app for creating a job searching app. And again, that's something aimed at someone that could incorporate that into their portfolio. We did an ES6 Essentials class as well. And a bit further up, we've got some more JavaScript exercises. This was when I started to do a bit more kind of camera time, if you will, as you can see from the thumbnails, where we were kind of like talking about how to become a web developer, sort of some of the skills you should need, and do you need a degree for web development, for example, and basically preparing you for a job. So I find that stuff was like really useful, but it never really took off. Most of the videos only getting a few thousand views from 3 years ago. So that kind of put me off making more stuff from that, because maybe people on the channel weren't really relating to that, or maybe just didn't find it useful. I don't know. So yeah, that was basically going back more into creating apps, full stack apps again. And oh yeah, I did some challenges. I forgot about those. So I kind of like doing a design or a coding challenge and setting that on a Friday night and saying, if you've got time over the weekend, if you want to have a go at making this login form or something, then feel free to have a go at that. But again, that was something I tried it for a few weeks and it didn't really work out. No one was really interested in doing it, so which I can't blame you. Relax on the weekend. But yeah, again, so doing more of the kind of how-to things, and also how to do those kind of project-based things as well. So there's still like a little bit in the back of my mind that trying to get someone into a job as well. If you haven't seen this video, if you've subscribed from the channel from this SSH video, it's probably the most popular video on the channel, but it's not really relevant to the rest of the content on the channel. So I feel like a lot of people, enjoy this Learn SSH in 6 minutes video, subscribe, and then don't like the rest of the stuff that I do. So that's fine. Hopefully it helps some people out. Okay, so basically more JavaScript stuff, doing some React projects as well, because everyone loves React, so I thought that might be popular. They're relatively popular, but I don't think I got that many views on the old React stuff. As you can see, nothing really above 10k views from a couple of years ago now, so you can't really say that that's particularly popular. Again, trying to do a bit more FaceTime on the camera as well. And then at this point, it's probably a little bit more over a year ago, we started on the channel doing this Dev Tips Daily, which was a massive undertaking, because I think I'd got to this point and all of the React stuff just wasn't taking off. So I sort of thought, do you know what, it'd be quite good to get back to doing those little small tutorials about talking about JavaScript and tips and things like that. So I started this Dev Tips Daily, where I do a video every day. That was a lot of effort, because it was doing creating several videos at once, just to kind of, because it was 7 days a week, so I was batch doing them and uploading them over the weekend and editing them and everything like that. And you can see there's loads of them. It goes on for ages. And I just got a bit bored of doing those after a while. I tried some different stuff with thumbnails, which was fun. And then after that, I did actually do in the Dev Tips Daily a complete end-to-end project, and that was a bit laborious, because it was starting from like design and looking at creating a project from scratch and doing all the hosting and all the uploading and stuff. But I've actually taken that offline now, because no one's watching it at all. So did a few other things just at the end of last year, which was basically more project-based stuff. And I quite enjoyed doing this. And at first I thought, I'm onto a bit of a winner here. I'm kind of getting some good feedback on things as well. But for some reason, again, it just seemed to peter out. And maybe I just didn't give it enough time with the different types of projects and stuff. But I enjoyed doing those, but no one seemed to really react to those. And I think at this point here with the navbar, the responsive navbar tutorial and all these ones above that, what I actually did is I took a little bit of a different tact, because normally what I'll do is just screen record and actually just talk over the code that I'm writing, which leads to lots of mistakes and leads to a long editing process as well to edit out all those mistakes. Just because I want to make sure that everyone kind of has like a short, smooth experience rather than watching me edit code over and over again. So that was fine, but what I did on these videos, these later videos, is I actually scripted everything. So it'd take me maybe a day to write out a script for each of these videos, and then it would take not long to record, but I'd have to record it all and then edit it all back together again, which was a really big process. And I've tried to be clever by putting little GIFs and little animations in there and stuff, but again, I didn't see any difference, as you can see from the view count. So that is the where we are on the channel. I've always had this kind of expectation or goal, if you will, that I'll get up to 100k. And as you can see, it's taken me that 5 years to get to about 47k. So it's probably going to take me more than another 5 years at this rate to actually get to that goal. So it got me thinking, as I said at the start of this video, what do I want to be doing? What kind of videos do I want to be making? And how much effort do I want to put into them? So as I said, those later videos, it was taking pretty much the whole week to plan, write a script, edit and record and publish all that stuff, and I just don't think I've got the time to actually do that at the moment, because I want to be working on other things. Remember those JavaScript exercises that we looked at a while back? Well, many people in the past have asked me if there's a course where there's like more in-depth exercises that you can do, and I've just never had the time to actually go around and make this course. So the plan moving forward, there's the kind of finale, the thing that you might have been waiting for if you're interested in what's moving forward, is I'm going to be uploading videos a bit like this. I've got the new setup with the camera, fancy new lens and so forth like that, and obviously still talking about coding, but I'm just going to be talking about what I find interesting, what I find useful. Maybe I found out something useful at work that week and I think people could benefit from it, or something unexpected. So just little small tidbits of information, or maybe something a bit more in depth if there's something a bit more meaty going on. But yeah, it's just going to be a bit more cut down. I'm not going to worry too much about editing and things like that, simply because I don't think there's any benefit, for me at least, because it seems to make absolutely no difference on views. So hopefully that's given you a summary of what I've done on the channel in the past 5 years and what kind of things we can be expecting from the channel moving forward. If there was a particular video or topic that brought you to the channel and hopefully made you subscribe, then please drop a comment below, because it'd be interesting to see where you came from, what sort of thing interested you, so I can kind of basically make more stuff that might interest you in the future. And if you've made it this far to the end of the video, thanks very much for putting up with my ranting about all the different types of videos that I've made and how they might have worked or not worked. I really do appreciate everyone who subscribes and supports the channel, and I'm sure the videos, the content I'm going to be making moving forward, will be really useful for you. So thanks very much for your support. But I'll leave it there so I can crack on with making some more videos that I can upload for you, so you can actually improve your coding skills, and maybe if that's where you're at, you might be applying for your junior developer jobs. So videos and content that will all help you to progress with that goal. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.